Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. Well, hokey smokes. I am unfortunately really dragging today. I had a lot of pain-related insomnia last night. For whatever reason, I kept rolling onto my back. I would wake up enough because I was hurting on my side. I'd roll onto my back, and then I'd fall asleep. But if I lay on my back, my legs go numb and hurt. Well, hurt, then go numb, and then my back hurts. So I'd get woke up from that and then have to roll painfully onto my side and sleep until that hurt. I stayed in bed till 9 a.m. this morning. Hokey smokes, I am dragging, and I am so sorry. But it's joyous. Yeah, it's after 2 p.m., which I probably already said, but doing the best I can, and I do have some things written down. One of which is I like goofy games in that not games that are goofy, because if they set out to be goofy and humorous, largely they generally aren't. Humor is hard to pull off, so if they advertise as goofy for humor, occasionally you'll find someone who's funny doing this stuff, but largely, oh boy, is it hit or miss. I like goofy in that there's issues with it. Either the game is not quite as well written or not quite as well programmed, so things that shouldn't happen, or things that are supposed to happen in a certain way happen in a really goofy, weird fashion. Like the game Water Park Simulator, which is made to be kind of janky and do goofy stuff for the memes. But it is well done enough with an actual game inside of it that it's kind of up to you to take advantage of it and make the jank come out. And that's awesome. I actually have that. I don't know if it has any DLC for it. If it does, I don't want to buy them because I hate it when they rip stuff out of games just to sell it to you later. But I do enjoy that type of thing. That's why I like games even like Supermarket Simulator and all. Even though the jank in that one when it shows up is irritating, it is a cozy kind of game. So cozy goofy works as well. And then I have some other things to talk about. Not a lot, because again, pain-related insomnia, and I am so tired right now. I saw how Steam went and changed the way things work on like skins and such, so that people lost a lot of money on the CSGO front. People who had like $58,000 in the whole market, and then they wake up and go in there and it's down to like 18,000. I both have sympathy and don't. Because number one, that must hurt, especially if you were counting on that money. And if you don't have any otherwise and you manage to stumble into this, oh boy. But for most of these people that lost a lot, I have very, very little sympathy. You're playing around in a volatile market. Things like this happen. And if you got the money to go playing around, or you're trying to accumulate stuff just because, then I don't have a whole lot of sympathy. People get burned doing this kind of thing. And if you're the one that ended up grabbing the lit side of the torch instead of the handle, it's kind of in the rules. So maybe this was a change that nobody could have foreseen, and it hurt because it damaged everybody's wallets to the point that apparently at least one person has self-deleted because of this. But while I feel for individuals, again, knowing that you might grab the lit end of the torch is implicit in the deal. And then this one's kind of gross, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I had a boil pop up on my left leg. And this morning while I was showering, guess what popped open? In a gush of, well, it wasn't quite blood, but you know, bodily substances that accumulate in things like boils. So now I've got a great old pit in my leg. It's not deep, it's just from, you know, a little boil, but it's an open pit. And then, of course, the hole where it popped open is smaller than the entirety of where it was, so it's kind of a pocket underneath there, too. Oh boy, first time I've ever had this happen. I'm actually kind of wondering, should I head down to there and get them professionally take a look at this? But it's, if there's ever going to be an issue, it's not going to take a half a day to crop up. It was a huge boil. That's like a zit that gets further infected. That's a paraphrasing and not exactly true, but it's roughly like that. So it's nasty pus stuff inside, yay. Lance those boils. But now that it's popped open, oh, there's like raw meat under there. But then if you fall down and you scrape your leg open and you're bleeding, you've got raw meat under there too. And of course, since they're trying to worldwide discourage the overuse of anything antibiotic, I don't just want to go slapping an antibiotic on it. That, if you don't need it, don't do it. Don't help breed the next generation of superbugs. Still got a Band-Aid on it. Yay. So, gross part of this over. And then this one is kind of a whining thing, but also it has to do with, I think, legit concerns, not just because of me, but also the platform of YouTube in general. The specific me parts of this are, I started my channel, well, I first saw my children watched YouTube, and I took a look at what there was, and there were Let's Plays, and I was curious, so I used my cheap-ass microphone that I had, and I did like 12 Let's Plays of Arena, and then quit, because I had satisfied my curiosity. And then years passed by, and then my wife died. I used my channel to help keep myself alive. I came back to it to get out of my head, because my head was a bad place to be. And if I had stayed inside just my head and not tried to find something outside of it, I wouldn't be here now. But I used my channel to get out of my head, to think about things other than my late wife and my situation. And through the years, I have continued to use the channel to help keep myself more centered, to talk about the things that are happening in my life, because I'm a talker, which is rough, because at the same time, I'm also, good golly Miss Molly, I am also a loner with my neurodivergence, with my social anxieties. I started withdrawing back in 1977 in the middle of high school. When I started high school. I stopped watching television and was uncomfortable in family meetings. You know, like for holidays. So I've been withdrawing for a long, long time. I don't have anyone to really talk to. And if I don't talk things out, they just sit in here and fester. So I've been using the channel as my way to talk my stuff out, whether it's good stuff or bad stuff. But my channel has been a thing that has helped keep me centered and alive. And I am extremely happy that I've had this channel. I do not know that I have it within me to be able to do what is necessary for, now this is the general talk about the platform of YouTube, to be able to do what I need to keep my channel from just being ground into nothing. All kinds of people that really know YouTube have been talking about how if you're not already big and you're not an AI slop channel, you are being crushed between them, because nobody's really getting to be the big boys. It happens. I'm speaking statistically large level, because you need a bunch of stuff to break through and get there. And then, of course, the AI slop channels are just everybody's. Those people that have AI slop, you don't just have one channel, you have a lot of channels. And you can pump out those videos many, many, many times a day. And they're on the rise. And then, of course, I don't know how to edit myself. Everything that I say, to me, generally has the same level of import. And if you're going to edit stuff, you need to know, oh, this can go, oh, this doesn't need to be there, that doesn't apply. If I was editing someone else's videos, I could do that. It would be catered to my sort of viewership, but I could edit other people. But for me, everything I say is on the same level. I don't know where to edit and take stuff out. The times that I have in various videos, it's largely just cut stuff out at random because I don't know. But the current meta, if you want to have any sort of hope for a channel, is you need a team, especially someone to write and script. I can't do that anymore with the way my head works and with my executive dysfunction issues, just the fact that I've got a lot of pain issues. It is not something that I can do. Or I'd have to be willing to pump out slop. Well, I don't have a team and I can't write scripts, and I don't want to pump out slop. So, I don't want to just not have a channel, but I also don't want to just have only, 0 views or 1 or 2 views in 30, 40 days. That doesn't help my mental state either. Yay. But past that, if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. If you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up. Thank you for listening to me rant about despair today. It is appreciated, but you do help me eat. I was so worried this morning about how little I've been eating lately. I had a full can of chili and some yogurt. I'm trying to lose weight, yes, but I'm trying to also not hurt myself. So thank you for helping me eat. It is appreciated. And if you have left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful and awesome in your own way. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up every comment that YouTube lets me. And I answer as many as my nerve compression will allow, which isn't as many as I would like, but I do try. I think It's important to let you know that you have been heard. Definitely a thumbs up. And I just enjoy engaging when I can. Thumbs up for that. Now, the people... Where was I? I've lost my mind entirely. I also play an internet game of showing people a writing prompt or asking people to write a secret word into the comment section for blatant engagement farming to show that my channel isn't quite dead yet. And also, it is nice to be heard. Is it a requirement to play? No, of course not. And the last two people that did were Jesse Koskinen. Thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated as always. And I am on the net. Thumbs up, and I hope everything continues to go well. I need to get into the right headspace to really play a Suda51 game. I have at least one of them. And when I first tried it, it was so far out of my lane, I didn't know what to think. Now that I've got, well, this was years and years ago, but now that I have a greater understanding of the creator, Suda51, I am going to try them again. Yay! Thumbs up. And if you have watched this far, I don't have anything nearby, so I'm going to have to go with my standard fallback for right here. If you could write isolation into the comment section, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. The secret word of the day, because, yeah. Now, is it required that you write this into the comments? No, of course not. I don't have the power to force you to. Even if I did, I would refuse to use it. Consent is important, even on something as small and minor as this. But if you do decide to play, thumbs up and thank you. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Well, hokey smokes, I am going to hopefully record something today. But it's only 2:30. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. And when I say record something, I want to do a GTA speed mod challenge run. I have not yet Googled how to specifically edit the handling.dat. I know roughly what I'm looking for is a way to determine which car is which, as in which car, like, do you start off and drive? What type of car is that? How do I find that in the handling.dat file so I can alter that so it doesn't go absolutely insane like all the other cars? Like if I could alter taxis, police cars, some few others, I wouldn't mind trying a challenge run with a car where I take a car and try to drive somewhere. But with all of those cars that are other cars on the road that are acting like, well, ammunition being shot out of a Gauss cannon, which Gauss cannon, for anyone not into like science fiction or everything that they're trying to do, it's just magnetic. It's just using magnets, right? Really, really rough paraphrasing, to fire something along a rail so that when it fires out, it's like those cars in the game that come through the air and slam into the side of buildings. Thumbs up. Except that the idea is you use it to, of course, warfare. You wouldn't want to use it otherwise. I think if you fired something out of a Gauss gun at like a deer, it would just likely vaporize it when it hit if it was a large enough projectile. Anyway, though, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to edit, render, upload. I'm going to see if I can record, I knew I could speak English, that GTA video. And if you have watched this far, thumbs up and thank you. Boy, oh boy, I struggle to get anywhere close to 100 views anymore. Luckily, some do confound me and jump up above that, sometimes close to 200 anymore. But that's getting to be rough. So thank you very, very much. Anyway, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. I gotta remember, point with two fingers so it seems less like trying to threaten someone by pointing this way. Anyway, though, click up here, then click over there. And if you have watched this far, 20 minutes in video, I have nobody watches anyway, and here I make long videos. Except for you. You do.